they're number 2. Some Corn Demon, some Dark Elf. Some more Corn Demon. Halfling has been suggested by like 2 people, so I don't really care about that. It's a lot of Corn Demon. I'm thinking Corn Demon is winning out here. It's like between Corn Demon and Dark Elf, and I think Corn Demon is winning. Right, Corn Demon. Okay, so this is it. We're going to roll a d6. It's going to be between Goblins, Vampires, Norse, Necromantic, Lizard Men, and Corn Demon. Let me find a random number online dice. RollDiceOnline.com. Alright, allow me to show you the dice so that we can prove it. Just want to make sure that you guys don't think I'm cheating. I'm just going to put this in the screen region for you. Roll Dice Online. Here you go. So, as you can see, there is the dice. We're going to roll a d6. We're going to roll 1 dice, and we're going to roll it once. Okay? That's the format. Goblins, Vampires, Norse, Necromantic, Lizardmen. I will play the result. The result is a 3, which means we're playing Norse. So we're playing the Drunken Vikings. Alright. We are playing Norse. Okay. Let's play Norse. Where has my... Sorry, it seems like my broadcast panel just disappeared for a second there. There we go. Alright, let's do some Norse then. Alright, back to the main menu. God damn it. And we will create our campaign. As I said, if this ends up being a success and people actually want to watch it, then I will do this over like the next few weeks. And we'll stick with this one campaign. Alright. We are playing Norse. Norse are a good team. It's hard to really argue with them. We shall name them Scarby Grill. Alright, let's see what we have. So take part in this competition, let's set the team up. Right, everyone starts with $1 million gold. That's basically 1,000 team value. Yeah? So, these are the choices I have. You can get a Yeti. Yeti's pretty good, actually. Yeti has Disturbing Presence, Frenzy, and Claw. I'm probably going to avoid the Werewolves because they don't have block. Yeah? So I probably will avoid them. They're also pretty pricey. Yeah, I can always get them later on in the season. Remember that. Alright, Throwers, Runners, Berserkers. So, let's start by getting 2 of these guys. These are all designed around certain ideas. You see, this guy's Dauntless right here. Which means that he can block someone stronger than him. And he can do so more successfully than most. So he's pretty good. Berserkers, Throwers, and Runners. Alright, we need a Yeti. Let's be honest. We're not going to go into this without a Yeti, because it's hilarious. So we're buying a Yeti. There we go. We're going to skip on the Werewolves for the time being. And then we're going to go buy a bunch of linemen. Now, before I do that, I need to know how much their rerolls cost. 60,000 gold per reroll. I want at least 3 rerolls, so I have to consider 180,000 gold pieces will probably end up being spent in that. Okay, so let's go back to that. Let's see how many linemen we can get. So it's 50k per lineman. Actually, not a lot of linemen. I get 3 linemen, but that also leaves me with kind of a small team roster. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's not actually enough to play Blood Bowl, so I have a feeling we're going to be pretty low on rerolls for this run. Alright, fine. We'll go low on rerolls then. We will throw caution to the wind. We're going to buy 1 reroll. Because we have a Yeti. 1 reroll, and we could also buy an Apothecary. There we go. I could drop a Berserker, that's true. I can't do that now, can I? I'm pretty sure I won't get the money back. I'm gonna have to reset it up. But yeah, low on rerolls, because that's the manly way to do things. Screw it. I would rather have a berserker than I would have a reroll, because it's more funny that way. It is the manly way to play Blood Bowl. Rerolls are for women. Alright, Goblin Gambling, it will be our sponsor. I don't know, the Chaos Gift Shop. I think Chaos Gift Shop, maybe. This system makes no fucking sense at all, by the way. Like, this is really badly explained. So, you can pretty much just ignore what I'm doing right now. It's supposed to be to negotiate with a sponsor to get additional money on the basis of achieving certain objectives, but they changed this so you wouldn't instantly get the money because it was instantly exploitable, so I've never actually had them pay up ever. It's so bad. Alright. Sign it up. We are Norse. We are too manly to use rerolls. This is what our team looks like. As you can see, that is a manly team. There is our Yeti. Look at that team. Look at how beautiful it is. It's a mighty team. I believe we can we rename people? I think we can, but I'm not sure how. Oh yeah, you have to go into every single one and rename it. I'm not going to do that because it's a total pain in the ass. Okay. Right, let's find out who our first opponent is. Oh, we get to choose. We can fight against dwarves or dark elves. I would much rather fight against dark elves, and the reason is that dwarves are a total pain in the ass and hugely annoying to play against. Hugely annoying. Why? Well, because they just don't move. Like, it is like playing against treacle. That's no fun. Let's beat up some dark elves. Pansies. Okay. We have inducements because their team is ranked higher than ours, because as you can see, they actually have more stuff than we do. So they've got 4 blitzers. Okay, those guys will probably be at the front. They also have additional skills already because the computer cheats. So, alright. So what can we do? Well, we can do a bit of training for the match. This is an annoying feature of this game. Actually, it's not really all that good. What it does is it gives you a percentage chance of gaining some bonus attributes. But if you screw it up, your guy can't even compete in the match. Oh, God, it's horrible. But it's useful to do, and it's free. So we'll do a quick bit of that. We can hire a mercenary, but what I would like to do is hire a wizard. I'm going to hire a wizard. So if any of the dark elves get away with the ball, I'm going to zap them with lightning. That usually works. Foul play. Bribes are pretty good, actually. I like bribing players to reduce movement allowance. So, like, I can bribe the runner to move slower. Makes things a little bit easier. Bribe the witch elf. And we can bribe... I was thinking maybe one of the blitzers, but that's not that handy. They actually only have 1 runner. So, I guess we'll probably just bribe another blitzer. There we go. So, I bribed 3 players. That leaves me with 20 cash. And I'll probably just get some cheering fans. Because that's going to increase the chance of something nice happening. Alright, that's pretty much it. We're about ready. So there you go. That's what I've done. I don't believe any of these guys actually accepted their bribe, which sucks, but whatever. Here we go. Scarby Gorilla versus the Lightning Hydras. Dark Elf team versus Norse. They have 3 cheerleaders. They probably have a lot more rerolls than I actually only have 1 reroll. Sweet, I'm going up against someone who has the same kind of rerolls. And wow, we are in the crappiest stadium anyone has ever created. Good lord, look at this thing. It's terrible. Absolutely terrible. Alright, do I want to kick or receive? Ideally, I want to receive. The reason being I want to be bashy this time around. So I'm going to receive the ball. Even though I actually do have guys that can play positionally. Like, my throwers actually have the pass skill. I don't think I have anyone with sure hands, actually, which... No, I don't think I do. That kind of sucks. Alright, let's look at our starting lineup then. So, obviously, you want the Yeti in the front. Yeah? He's got strength 5. He's got disturbing presence. He's just a bloody nightmare to deal with. We can have our linemen at the front, no problem at all, but we could also have our blitzers there, too. Blitzers do have Dauntless, but that's actually no use this one time around, because I don't believe any of the elf teams actually have more strength than I do. So, blitzers are going to stay on the side for the time being, because as you can see, they actually have more movement allowance than the linemen do. So we just want guys at the front with block. because that gives us a much higher chance of successfully blocking and not falling over like an idiot. So, I believe that is... Yeah, we have one more lineman here. So we... No, that's a thrower, never mind. Is that all our linemen? No, I'm sure we hired more than that. Where's the rest of our linemen? He's a runner. Runner. Lineman. There he is. Okay. There we go. So we have 4 linemen at the front, and we can have our Yeti there as well. Then we can have our 2 throwers kind of further back. These are our berserkers, so have them fairly close, sort of ready to really get in on the sides. There's another runner. That's another lineman. So we can always put an extra at the front if we want to be really bashy, but that also means the elves might give us the slip, which would be unfortunate. So I want to make sure these guys are kind of lined up in a way that makes sense. All right. I think we're ready to go start crushing people. Let's do it. So, how many are they going to put at the front line? We'll see. If they only put 3 at the front, we're going to start bashing everyone. And I get an extra reroll. Sweet. Great start. Bonus. Alright, so the ball's landed right back there. And they have 3 guys at the front. And none of them have block. This is terrible for them. Absolutely dreadful. So, we'll start with the Yeti. Alright, so we're going to smack him about a bit. There you go. And he's immediately been stunned, which is nice. Very, very cool. Alright, so now we can start knocking these guys out one at a time. We'll start with that. There we go. Don't really see any reason to follow him. Let's smack him. Alright, he's been taken out. And now we have a 2 dice block against him as well. He's got dodge, so he's actually not going to stumble here, I don't think. Yeah, as you can see, dodge triggers there. What dodge allows you to do on a defender stumble result is be forced backwards but not fall over, which is really nice for you. Alright, now bear in mind I still have a blitz, and I don't want to try picking up the ball yet because picking up the ball is a more high-risk move in terms of probability than anything else. So, we've got our runners here. We do have our blitzers, our berserkers. Berserkers have frenzy, block, and jump up, so I could use my berserker, certainly. Should have really put my berserkers at the front, actually, come to think of it. But if I want to really start knocking them about here, that would be pretty good. That's only 1 dice, so that's really not too good. I could, of course, start to move my guys forward. He has blocks, so he's still pretty effective here. Now, if I were to go there, I think I need 1 more nearby in order to get a 2 dice block with my berserker there. As you can see, we can check how many dice we'll get. We need to kind of outnumber them there to get a 2 dice block. These are most of our throwers. One of my throwers is going to move in here to try and get that eventually. We'll move my other thrower forward. Lineman and a runner. So we can throw a blitz of some description, and we'll probably also try and foul him towards the end of the turn just to do some more damage. I could blitz him, actually, and that's probably a good idea because then I can start pushing my line forward. So we're going to blitz with that lineman. Get a 2 dice block, which means that he is going down. Yes, he is. Sweet. Alright, we're ready to try and foul him. Move the rest of my linemen up. I'm going to move my runner up as well. The hope is that if I move him forward and I'm able to knock out these guys, I can give them the slip. Now I've got to try and pick the ball up. This is where problems start to arise. Not ideal. I'm going to move my berserker up there as well. So, is it... If I end up with... Oh, actually, if... No, I haven't screwed this up. My lineman can go and pick it up. But he... Oh, I can move him up there. Alright, so it's a 3+ to pick this up. If not, it's going to be a turnover. Sweet, he got it. Very nice. He also has block. He also has pass, which gives you the chance to reroll a d6 if you throw an inaccurate pass, which helps. So it'll be a 3+ to get there. But the question is, do I really want to do that? Probably not. Not at the moment. So I'm going to have him hang around there. I could try and push him forward here, but I'd end up having to roll dice to do that. So, and I'd potentially drop the ball. But you know what? I'm going to do that anyway. There you go. Take the risk. Sweet. Okay, so he's kind of partially protected there, and that's pretty much it. That is the end of my turn, I think. Where the hell is the end turn button? Well, it can be. I could actually go and kick him first. Do I want to foul him? Yeah, let's foul him. There we go. Sweet! KO. Very nice. Awesome. Great start. So I've already KO'd one of their players on my first turn. Where's the end turn button? Am I missing something here? Where's the end turn button gone? Oh, it's been moved. It's right there. Okay. Yeah, this is... I've just started using this mod, so I'm not sure which is which. Oh, well, that went pretty well. Okay, these guys are getting pretty ganged up on over here. Let's put on manual camera. It's much easier to see what's actually happening. So he's managed to dodge through there. Now, the risk is, of course, that I end up losing my ball here. There's a few guys around him to help, but if I lose the ball and then have to start chasing them, I'm going to actually be in big trouble. As you can see, a lot of these guys have dodge, which means they can get really, really close. They haven't blitzed yet. They may try and knock this guy over. I have a pretty strong front line here, though, so I should be able to reinforce and hopefully move around to stop that from happening. They were quite lucky to manage to give me the slip across the board, and they try and block and completely fail. Okay, that's good. They didn't get to move a lot of their guys. So what happened was this blitzer here tried to block against my runner and failed miserably and fell on his ass because he's terrible. Now, what I can do here is to try and pass. The problem is I'm kind of surrounded by players, which makes the pass a little bit more difficult. I don't even know what the dice roll for this is because the game gives bad feedback in certain circumstances it doesn't tell you. So he's right next to him, so I could hopefully grab him and then just, like, power forward. But as it turns out, that's not going to end up happening. Now, what I could do here is to start blitzing. I could blitz against that witch elf as my big dude. Unfortunately, if I do that, that also means I'm going to run through a tackle zone. So it's generally a bad idea. So let's remove the tackle zone first. Going to push him backwards so that the tackle zone isn't there anymore. And then I can blitz with him and try and knock the witch elf over, because the witch elf is the biggest threat. I must add that this was actually really stupid. And the reason it was really stupid is because I'm rolling against someone who has block with someone that doesn't have block. So what would happen here is if I rolled this, then my Yeti would go down, it'd be turnover. But that doesn't actually matter, because what I'm trying to do is clear space here, as you can see. I'm trying to push forward, and I actually... Oh, Christ. Alright, this is where we use one of the rerolls. Okay, sweet. So I can actually at least knock the witch elf down. Oh, no, I can't, because she has dodge. But the witch elf is now far away. What happened was that the troll has frenzy, which means he's got to follow up. I rolled a double red, which would have meant that my guy went down. But that was okay. That went better than it could have. So what I want to try and do is get this ball away from these guys as best as I can. So I'm going to, again, take some kind of less risky moves to start with. To make things a little bit more interesting. And then I'm going to try and pass the ball and hope that I don't screw it up. And in the meantime, move as many folks as I can. That wouldn't be moving in the tackle zone. You have to roll go for it, but I'm okay with that. I think you can manage it. I'm just moving as many people in the way of the Dark Elves as possible, so if they get the ball and attempt to make a run, they're not going to be able to do it. As you can see. If I can successfully pull this pass off, then I might be able to push this forward. If I could get it to the runner, he couldn't quite get to the end zone, but it would be pretty close. Alright, so I'm going to try and pass to someone right next to me. They all have the same agility values, so it doesn't really matter one way or the other. We're passing to this thrower. There's no one actually there that has throw, never mind. Alright, we're going to try and pass and hopefully not screw it up. Yes! Successful pass! Now I could throw it, which would be a 5+, but that's not a good roll to take. But I can run with it away from the rest of their team. Now that is a good roll to take. So let's go. I'm going to take a quick run over here. I could then pass it to him, which would be a 3+. It's not a bad roll. Is there anything else I want to do? Well, there's nothing else I can really do before doing that. You've got to make the decision right now. So I'm going to take that 3+. Oh, you are so terrible. I had a perfect launch and he still failed. Critical failure. Oh, well. That's, again, that could have gone worse. Bear in mind, I still have one more reroll because I got the brilliant coaching result in the event. Unfortunately, that now means that there is a ball right next to a Dark Elf player. And we've got... She has jump up, so she's actually going to go forward and blitz. Thankfully, she doesn't knock my guy over. Frenzies again, and I just knock my guy over and picks the ball up. God damn it! Well, this is actually okay for me because at least the blitzer picked the ball up, so she can't then follow it up by passing it or anything. She's already taken her action. But what the Dark Elves are probably going to try and do here is create a cage around her to make it very difficult for me to get the ball back. As you can see, blocks cancelling out blocks over here. Successful dodges over and over and over again. One of my linemen just got stunned, so he's not going to be getting up for a little while. My troll's kind of in the middle of nowhere, which I really don't like. Really don't like that. Alright. Okay, so the situation now is that attempting to throw blocks here is stupid because they outnumber me, so I need to remedy that situation. I need to make sure they don't. The problem is, trying to remedy that situation means I'm probably going to enter a tackle zone. So that could be difficult. Not impossible, but difficult. As you can see, that would be a 2-dice block in her favor, because she counts as being stronger than me, because she's got that guy supporting him. So what I need to do is cancel out the influence of that person. How do I do that? Move in an additional player. Which would mean I would then get a 1-dice block. Which is okay, but not amazing. Like, it could work, but it might not. She's going to get back up. So I can't really get assistance from him. Can I do anything with my troll? I can. You know, this is a perfect opportunity to use my Yeti to smash this guy to pieces. Yeah? To just charge him from this distance. I don't want to go for anyone else because that involves a go for it roll, and this guy has agility 1, so the chance of passing that very, very low. What I can do is charge him. He succeeds his wild animal roll. And he's going to be shoving it, and obviously bear in mind he's also going to be frenzying. So he's going to knock him down. Sweet. Sit down. And it also puts a troll right next to him, which makes things a little bit trickier for them. So she's actually kind of surrounded here. She could dodge, but she'd have to go through, like, 2 tackle zones, I think, to do it. Alright, so what else can we do? Well, we could throw some blocks here, but we're outnumbered, which is unfortunate. I could do a 1-dice block, which is okay. But if I'm gonna risk a 1-dice block, I want to risk it against the woman with the ball. I'm also gonna... I could move in additional resources here. Move my thrower out. Unfortunately, that is a tackle zone. So that would be difficult. I've got a 2-dice block I can throw here. So let's do that. So we can push out of the way here. I believe, does that break the tackle zone? No, because this guy's still a tackle zone. So never mind. Alright, I'm going to throw the 1-dice block against the witch elf in the hope that I knock the ball out of her hands. And I would have if she didn't have dodge. Unfortunately, she does. So, she's okay. Still. Annoyingly enough. Alright, so that leaves me with a 1-dice block I can throw here. Which actually goes in my favor, because I have block, which means I cancel that result, and that's another KO. Brilliant. So I can either do... I can do a 2-dice block in their favor, or a 1-dice block here. Let's take the 1 dice. And that failed. And it's not enough to bother spending a reroll on, because it's the end of my turn anyway. So, turn over. GG. Now, what I can do is use my wizard here and knock her over, but I don't feel the need to use that yet. Like, because she may not break out of this position here, so it would be a waste of the wizard. You only kind of get to use them twice per match. So, I don't want to use the wizard yet. And actually what's happened there is that's made things even more awkward for him. She still doesn't have space to get out. And she gets through 2 tackle zones because elves. Now this is the time when you use the wizard. You know, I can use lightning basically at the start of my turn to knock the ball out of her hand on a 2+ roll. So this would be where I use that because I'm currently out of position.